Thanks for watching the Daily Debate live from Cairo. I'm Hussein, and I have the pleasure of your company for the coming hour. We'll be talking about the main headlines that made the news. Usually Thursdays are a recap of important events taking place in a whole week, and also catchy headlines in the news. Today we're going to have a variety of topics, the first important of which is building a culture of innovation. And Cairo actually has been tapped as one of the world's 10 most important cities launching startups. This is in an interactive map that was created by Richard Madison, the marketing executive of the Brighton School of Business and Management. As Forbes notes, the economic challenges have not deterred Egypt's young and the mass of the young, the educated, the enlightened graduates of Egypt who have relied mainly on accelerators and also crowdfunding campaigns in order to be there in the market and start business for themselves. So today we'll be discussing more institutions. How is Cairo considered to be that attractive among the most important 10 cities in the world, attracting investment? So that's the outlook of how the world is eyeing and seeing Cairo meanwhile, and also how the youth at the same time are being prepared for this important challenge and for being among this important and interactive map according to Forbes. So today we'll be discussing boosting institutions. We'll be also discussing youth and leadership, entrepreneurship, and we have with us a very distinctive panel discussion for tonight. We have with us Professor Dr. Zaki, a global strategic consultant, and Professor Dr. Emad Hussein, international economic expert. We are going to read through their eyes this important topic and this important business headline in the news. Today, there was a very important visit, a surprising visit by the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, visiting the police academy. The President paid this visit to the police academy. It was in the early hours of Thursday. The President inspected the morning training of the students at the academy and praised the performances and also the sacrifices of the armed forces and the police forces. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, addressing the students and the officers, he talked to them about terrorism, and though there are the challenges of terrorism, but still the people of the police are doing their homework and they are standing up to the expectations of Egyptians. In his speech, the President also saluted the police victims and highlighted the important role that is played by the police in maintaining security, as well as the police force's performance during the latest step in the roadmap, namely the parliamentary elections. That has also, this role has been successful and been praised by the observational reports. The President had already also called for observing a minute of silence, mourning the police martyrs, and said that we cannot ignore the important role that has been played by the whole institution for individual mistakes. He also had a constructive dialogue with the students of the academy, emphasizing the important role of maintaining unity among the society segments for the country and for the stability of the nation. And he highlighted this important part, that it is important to realize that there are evil forces who wanted to tarnish this image, and those evil forces are trying to break this unity between the people and the police. So the police forces should be aware of that, and also the Egyptian citizens themselves should also be aware of that. So more than one message that was actually extended by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi today during his surprising visit to the police academy. Back to our topic, Forbes published a ranking by the Brighton School of Business and Management highlighting, as I was saying in the beginning, in the introduction, 10 best places on the globe in order to start your own venture. So this issue of startups is very important. How to engage the youth? What can we present to them? What sort of incentives do we have on the table? How can we engage them in the whole economic spectrum and also in the political process of the country? It was quite fortunate that while seeing preliminary results coming up, not yet officially announced by the Higher Electoral Commission, but still we have a very good percentage of women in the parliament, and also a good percentage of youth as well. So how to encourage those youth, how to prepare them in the decision-making process? How about Cairo and this important study being among the 10 best places on the globe to start your own venture? Worth of discussion, a topic worth of discussion for tonight. Let's watch the report and we'll be back.
Cairo has been tapped as one of the world's top 10 cities to launch a startup in an interactive map created by Richard Madison, marketing executive of the Brighton School of Business and Management. Forbes has published a ranking by the Brighton School of Business and Management highlighting the 10 best places for the globe to start your own venture. It said that the mass of young, educated and enlightened graduates in Egypt are now turning out an array of startups. Madison's ranking system takes into account factors such as access to corporation tax rates, registration fees and access to broadband. In Cairo, Madison said that the startup market has been steadily, albeit silently, growing, and the startup has since been exploding within the last few years. Particularly as the 2011 revolution threw open the doors to freedom in Egypt, giving entrepreneurs opportunity they never thought it was possible. As Forbes notes, economic challenges have not been deterred by Egypt's mass of young, educated and enlightened graduates who have relied on accelerators and crowdfunding campaigns such as Flat 6 Labs. Cairo is also home to some of the best engineering talent in Middle East region, and that has to do with the quality of universities they have there. Beijing topped the list despite the fact that the culture in China does not foster entrepreneurship. However, Forbes noted that certain policies and conditions, including tax relief programs and recent establishment of a fund for startups, that are nudging along the rise of entrepreneurship in the Chinese capital. Other cities taken note in Madison's list include Kuala Lumpur, Warsaw, Moscow, Tunis, London, and Bangalore. There was no cities from either of the Americas. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Finance announced in a statement that Egypt is targeting a budget deficit of around 9 to 9.5% and a growth rate of around 5 and 5.5% of the fiscal year beginning July 2016. The statement also revealed that the government plans to reduce public debt to 88 to 90% of GDP and the unemployment rate to 10%. The government also hopes to reduce the deficit by raising more revenues by merging the informal sector with the formal economy and implementing the value-added tax. A system for allocating finances to ministry-specific programs will be expanded to 7 new ministries, including health and education, according to the statement. Egypt's budget deficit hit 11.5% in the fiscal year 2014-2015, down from 12.2% in the same period of the previous year, with growth estimated to reach 4.2% in the same period.
بأجيال قوية أحقق أمانيكي،
بإيدي هبنيكي، أجتهد لأعطيكي،
أخضر أراضيك.
محلاها عشت الفلاح مطمن قلبه مرتاح.
أبهر العالم بيكي.
جميلة بكل ما فيكي.
بدمي أحميكي.
Be the first to know. The news live at the site of the event. Information on events as they are happening. If it's breaking news, it's Nile TV. Have you got a good story? Get in touch with Nile TV. Send us your videos, pictures, and stories. Email us on our website. Contact us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And also Google+. Be part of making the news. Only on Nile TV International. For ads on Nile TV, Egyptian Radio and Television Union, the economic sector, info@nileinternational.net, or call us on the following numbers.
Nile TV International is your gateway to all the breaking news events across the world.
We're the most constant news service of the world. We make all the difference.
The entire world is shifting towards social media. That's why we're following you and we're capturing the latest.
We provide you with minute-by-minute updates of the latest events happening around the world.
Reading beyond the news.
Catching the news and following the latest and the most significant events.
You'll still be in the majors. It will be just a different sport.
News updates minute by minute. Where we have been, where we stand now, and where we want to be in the future.
Whatever is making the headlines will bring you the story. So, as we are talking about the headline that we'll be discussing tonight, Forbes publishing a ranking by the Brighton School of Business and Management highlighting the 10 best places around the globe to start your own venture. And fortunately, Cairo is coming among this important choice by Forbes, which is actually quite very meaningful and promising. We're always looking, by the way, about promising news. Isn't it always great to look up the sky is the limit for Egypt, definitely. I have with me tonight a very distinctive panel, Professor Dr. Mona Zaki, Global Strategic Consultant. Dr. Mona, thank you for coming.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Always an honor also and a pleasure to have with us Professor Dr. Emad Hussein, who is the international expert in corporate excellence.
Thank you. Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. Well, with our dear guests, we're going to see how is this choice of Forbes? What is the sort of criteria upon which Forbes had based this choice of Cairo? Professor Mona, your input.
Thank you. This is a great achievement, of course. But let me take the opportunity of the visit of our president to the police academy, as you were mentioning earlier, to salute all the police and the military Egyptians, because these people are doing a great job.
Definitely.
They are part of our Egyptian families. They are our sons, and they are our brothers, they are husbands, they are fathers. So I want to salute those wonderful Egyptians who are doing a great job on the borders and inside Egypt. They are really providing us with security, providing us with safety, and dying for us, actually. They are giving their lives for our own